Have you ever noticed your cat staring at something in the room that you simply cannot see? You pause for a moment and look around the space. The walls are still. The floor is quiet. Nothing seems to be moving anywhere nearby. Yet your cat remains completely focused. Its eyes locked onto a single point in space as if something fascinating is unfolding right in front of it. Sometimes it's a blank wall. Sometimes it's a quiet corner of the room. Other times your cat's eyes slowly move, as if it's following something drifting through the air. Its head tilts slightly. Its pupils widen. Its body stays perfectly still. To us, this strange behavior can feel mysterious, confusing, and sometimes even a little unsettling. Because from our perspective, it looks like the cat is staring at absolutely nothing. So the question naturally appears. What exactly are cats looking at? Are they seeing something humans cannot see? Are they sensing something hidden in the environment that our senses simply miss? Or is there a much simpler explanation behind this mysterious behavior? The truth is actually fascinating, and it begins with understanding one important fact. Cats experience the world very differently from humans. Their senses evolved over thousands of years for survival, hunting, and constant awareness of their surroundings. Unlike humans, cats are natural predators. Their bodies and senses are designed to detect the smallest signals in their environment. In many ways, their perception of the world is far more sensitive than ours, especially when it comes to detecting movement. Cats have remarkable vision built specifically for noticing motion. Their ancestors hunted during dawn and dusk when visibility was low. Because of this, their eyes evolved to become extremely sensitive to small changes in movement and light. Inside their eyes are specialized cells known as rod cells. These cells are responsible for detecting motion and subtle shifts in brightness. Cats have far more rod cells than humans do. This allows them to notice tiny movements that human eyes completely overlook. For example, a small insect slowly crawling across a wall, or dust particles drifting quietly through a beam of sunlight. Even the faint movement of a shadow sliding across the floor. Movements so subtle that most humans would never notice them at all. But to a cat, those movements are impossible to ignore. Their brain immediately recognizes them as something worth investigating. However, vision is only part of the story. Cats also possess incredibly sharp hearing. Their ears can rotate independently, capturing sounds from different directions at the same time. This allows them to locate very small noises with remarkable precision. For example, a mouse moving quietly inside a wall, a tiny insect crawling across the ceiling, or pipes inside your house expanding as warm water flows through them. These sounds are usually far too quiet for human ears to detect. But to a cat, they can be surprisingly clear. So when your cat suddenly stares at a wall without moving, it might not actually be watching something. It might be listening carefully to faint sounds hidden behind the surface of the wall, sounds that are completely invisible to our senses. But there is another powerful reason cats stare into empty space. And that reason is instinct. Cats are predators by nature. Even when they live comfortably inside human homes, their hunting instincts remain deeply active. Whenever they detect even the smallest sign of movement, their brain switches instantly into hunting mode. Their body freezes. Their eyes lock onto the target. Their pupils widen to capture more light. Their muscles become perfectly still, ready to react in a fraction of a second. Every part of their body prepares for the perfect moment to strike. This intense concentration helps them track even the tiniest prey. Sometimes that prey may only be a small insect flying quietly through the room. But the instinct reacts exactly the same way every time. To a hunting animal, even the smallest movement can be important. Sometimes the thing your cat notices is incredibly small. a tiny speck of dust floating through the air, a reflection of sunlight slowly moving across the wall, or a microscopic insect drifting quietly through the room. To human eyes, the room appears completely empty. But to a cat, that same room may feel full of activity. Small movements happening constantly. Quiet sounds echoing through the walls. Subtle shifts of light moving across surfaces. Their senses simply capture far more information than ours. But there is one more reason this behavior happens so often. Cats are naturally curious creatures. Their minds are always observing the environment, always searching for patterns, always noticing small details. In the wild, this ability helps them survive. A tiny movement might mean prey hiding nearby. A faint sound could signal danger approaching. So their brains remain constantly alert. That instinct does not disappear simply because a cat lives inside a comfortable home. Instead, it continues to shape how they explore their surroundings. A drifting particle of dust, a flicker of light across the wall, a quiet vibration moving through the floor. All of these small details can capture a cat's attention. To humans, these things feel meaningless. Our brains filter them out so we can focus on larger tasks. But cats experience the environment differently. Their senses stay tuned to the smallest signals, signals that we rarely notice. And that is why, sometimes, your cat suddenly pauses. Its body still, its eyes wide, focused on something that seems completely invisible. In that moment, your cat may be noticing something subtle, something fascinating, something that exists in a world of tiny movements and quiet sounds, a world that human senses simply cannot detect. So the next time you see your cat staring silently into space, remember this. Your cat is not imagining things. Your cat is simply experiencing a richer, more detailed version of the same room you are standing in. A world filled with motion, sound, and hidden signals. And that is why, every now and then, your cat sits quietly, watching something you simply cannot see.